Is there a more sacred space than our own private rooms in our own private houses? So much of our lives take place in privacy, so it is especially significant if, for reasons outside of your control, you no longer want to enter that sacred space of your home. Unexpected Stage presents Something Wicked, Season 2, Episode 3, The Uninvited. Elizabeth sits down to tell us of this personal happening in her first home, with experiences from her past and a visitor who was never invited.
Hi, my name's Liz, and I live in Maryland, about 25 miles outside of Washington, D.C. And I'm here to tell you about some experiences that I had living in a particular house for about 10 years. So in 1999, I moved to a house in Gaithersburg, Maryland, outside of Washington, D.C. And at that time, I had 2 kids. My son was 7 and my daughter was 3. And during those 10 years of living in that house, we had some odd things that would happen at certain times. So my daughter had a lot of stuffed animals, and sometimes they would kind of appear in weird places or places where people said they didn't leave them. In particular, she had a tiger, a stuffed tiger, that would constantly turn up in a linen closet. And everybody said, no, I didn't put that there. And one night there was a super loud crash at about 3 o'clock in the morning. And my husband and I both woke up, and he went downstairs, looked all through the house, and there was nothing broken, there was nothing out of place, but it was so loud that it had just woken us up. We never knew what it was. And at times I would think I heard voices in the ceiling at night or up in the attic, kind of whispering. And again, didn't really know what that was, but it was just kind of odd. But the probably most significant thing that happened was that my daughter would sometimes tell me that she saw a man standing in the bedroom. And oftentimes she would wake up in the middle of the night and say she was scared, and she'd come into my bed with me. Well, one time when she was about 11 years old, she had a girlfriend. A friend stayed over, and they were having a sleepover, and they were both in her bedroom. And it was about 10 o'clock at night. And her friend asked her, I thought your dad wasn't home. And my daughter said, no, he isn't home. He's still at work. And her friend said, well, who is that man that's standing over there in the bedroom, in your brother's bedroom? And so they were both very scared and, came to find me. But again, it was just one of the odd things that happened in this house. And I have no explanation for what that was. I moved out of there about a year after that happened, and I know that since the time I moved away, there's been several other families. For a neighborhood that stays pretty stable, that house seems to have a lot of people come and go.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for telling us about this visitation. It is our hope that you are safe in your rooms on these cold winter evenings. If you've experienced a visitor from the beyond, please tell us about it. Reach out to chris@unexpectedstage.org and know that sometimes you need to run from that room and make sure to close that door behind you.